we are going to play through some chord extensions. So a C major seventh is made up of a C major chord. So a C major chord is C, E, G. And then we add a major seventh to that. So that is a B. So this is a C major seventh chord. Okay, so this is in root position. And just like all the other chords, whenever we want to move to first inversion, we move the bottom note to the top. So that C is going to go up here and E will be on the bottom. So this is first inversion for a C major seventh. Now second inversion, I'm going to move this E an octave up and G will be the bottom note. So that is second inversion. Because there's 4 notes, we have third inversions too. So to play a third inversion from the second inversion, you're going to move this G an octave up, and then B is going to be on the bottom. So that is third inversion for a C major seventh. Starting from root, and then first inversion, second inversion, third inversion. All right, I know it's a little bit more complicated, but same concept, just adding in one more additional note. Now for our left hand, it's the same thing. So C major seventh, root is C, E, G, B. So that is root. First inversion, you move that C up there, so E is on the bottom. So E, G, B, C. That's first inversion. Second inversion, you move that E up there, and G is on the bottom. So G, E, C, E. Okay, and third inversion, you move this G an octave up, so B is on the bottom. So B, C, E, G. Okay, so starting from root, first inversion, second inversion, third inversion. Nice. Now we're going to play a C dominant seventh. So this is the most common seventh that you'll probably play. You have a C major scale again, so C, E, G. But instead of a major seventh, we are going to do a minor seventh. We lower it by half a step from B to B flat. So it's C, E, G, B flat. So this is a C dominant seventh. Okay, so this is in root position. Now if we want to play it in first inversion, we move this bottom C an octave up so that E is our bottom note. Okay, so that's E, G, B flat, C. And then second inversion, you move that E an octave up, so G is the bottom note. So G, B flat, C, E. All right, and then the third inversion, move that G an octave up, so B flat is the bottom note, so B flat, C, E, G. Okay, so starting from root position, first inversion, second inversion, third inversion. Good. All right, so let's play with our left hand. So same thing, we find a C major chord, so C, E, G. Now we add in a minor seventh, so the B is a major seventh, B flat is a minor seventh. So this is root position of a C dominant seventh. If we want to play first inversion, we move this C an octave up, so that E is our bottom note, E, G, B flat, C. First inversion. Second inversion, you move this E an octave up, so G is the bottom note, so G, B flat, C, E. Okay, so that's second inversion. Now for third inversion, we move the G where? An octave up, right? And what's on the bottom? B B flat. So B flat, C, E, G. All right, so let's start from root position. First inversion, second inversion, third inversion. Good job. All right, the last seventh that we're going to play is a minor seventh, a C minor seventh. So we know this is a C major chord, right? C, E, G. To make something minor, we lower what? We lower the third. We lower the third by how much? By a half step. So from E to E flat. Okay, so this is a C minor chord. So a C minor seventh has a C minor chord and a C minor seventh. And we know that is B flat. So it's C, E flat, G, B flat. Okay? All right, so that's root position. And then let's play first inversion. So move that C an octave up so that E flat is the bottom note. E flat, G, B flat, C. Okay, so that's first inversion. For second inversion, we're going to move that E flat an octave up so that G is our bottom note. So G, B flat, C, E, E flat. Good. And the last inversion, third inversion, is B flat on the bottom, and then C, E flat, G. Okay, so starting from root, first inversion, second inversion, third inversion. Very good. Let's try our left hand. Once again, a C minor chord, C, E flat, G. And then adding a minor seventh is a B flat. Okay, good. So that's root position. Let's play first inversion. Remember, we move that C an octave up. So E flat is our bottom note. So E flat, G, E flat, C. Good. So that's first inversion. Second inversion, move that E flat up an octave. So G is our bottom note. So G, E flat, C, E flat. Okay. And then third inversion, or last inversion, B flat is going to be on the bottom. And then C, E flat, and G. All right, so let's start from root position. Good. Notice how different they sound, right? A major seventh versus a minor seventh versus a dominant seventh. So they all have very distinct sounds. So these are different ways you can color your chords.